You didn't know who fault it was. You were like, is it 2K? Is it THQ? Is it Ukes? I mean, is it Ukes? It wasn't Ukes. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is yours truly, Vinny June. And listen, man, hit that like button like never before. Subscribe to the One Touch Universe. Join the One Touch family. We are back at it, man. And today we doing something entirely different. We are ranking from legendary to completely sucks WWE video games. Now listen, this is something that I am a huge fan of. I've been playing WWE video games for a long time. And unfortunately, we're starting at SmackDown because I would be like WrestleMania 2000, Warzone. Of course, we got some WCW games, so we're not going to throw in there. And then, of course, we're going to go all the way up to WWE 19 because WWE 2K20 doesn't deserve to be on this list. Let's go ahead and jump into this ranking. From legend to sucks, we are going to determine which video games were the best. Starting with SmackDown. SmackDown's a tough one because I have a nostalgic feel for it, but then I also have a realistic viewpoint of what SmackDown was. And SmackDown for me was the first wrestling game that I owned when I got my PlayStation, my very first PlayStation. Man, I remember SmackDown. You hit the finishing move, SmackDown just fly across the screen. So it's hard to really rate it. But I think as I start to look forward with the games, it has to play. So I'm gonna take SmackDown. It definitely didn't suck, and it wasn't bad, and it was better than decent, and I had a good time playing it. Nostalgically, it had a bunch of modes, but it was still a good time. And the story mode, granted for all intensive purposes, was I'm gonna make it great. After that, we're gonna go to No Mercy. No Mercy is a challenge for me. No Mercy is hard. I think of WrestleMania 2000 when I think of the Nintendo 64 wrestling game. I have to remember that No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000 are like so separate. So not so different, but No Mercy was in WrestleMania 2000. What I really liked about WrestleMania 2000 is actually what I liked about No Mercy. I get them confused, but No Mercy had that intro, did it? And it had like hands down one of the greatest wrestling game intro to this day. If it came on, I'm sitting down and I'm watching it. So No Mercy being what it is definitely a legend. It is a legend by far. If you don't agree with me, who cares? SmackDown 2, I remember SmackDown 2 because it had so many commercials. SmackDown Hotel commercials. And these commercials would be in the legendary status. I would put them in legendary if we were talking about commercials. The game, however, significantly a drop from SmackDown. SmackDown was like do. SmackDown 2 was like do. I don't think it was technically bad. I think it was decent for where it was. You had great, then you gave us legendary with No Mercy, then SmackDown 2 came out and we went back to No Mercy. Like, we'll play this until you give us something better. SmackDown Just Bring It. Now, SmackDown Just Bring It. A lot of people did not like this game. I know people who will not give this game credit. Just Bring It was great. I loved it. I thought it was great. You could walk around backstage. You had the first person point of view. SmackDown Just Bring It was good. I thought it was good. Raw. I'm sorry. Raw sucks. Raw. What made Raw so bad was they literally said, we're going to take the roster from Raw, put them on a game, and that's it. It was so bad. I cringed the first time. And I didn't own an Xbox. So my friend had an Xbox. I went to his place and played Raw and was like, I am so glad I have a PlayStation. Raw was horrific, and it sucks. It deserves to be in that category. WrestleMania 18. WrestleMania 18 was not bad. It was not bad at all. It was decent. It was decent. It definitely was decent. That's where I gotta put it. That's where it goes. WWE SmackDown. Shut your mouth. Well, what do I need to say? Let me tell you right here. Boop, amazing. That game was amazing. It was good. Enjoyable. I'm not even gonna hold you up. I played SmackDown Shut Your Mouth like there was going to never be another wrestling game in history. I thought we had reached the pinnacle of wrestling games, and this one made me fall even more in love. What came later, we can thank SmackDown Shut Your Mouth for, okay? Because Shut Your Mouth made people shut their mouths and play the game. Yes, it did. WrestleMania 19. I know that there's this mode on WrestleMania 19 that was very challenging, and it was very amazing. You fought construction workers, security guards, cops. You fought wrestlers on top of construction buildings, and you could fall off and watch Stone Cold. Because I'm realizing now that 19 is what I was thinking of when I meant decent. 18, I do remember, and it was bad. I'm going to put 19 where 18 was, because I was going to say they started off decent and then it got bad, and I think it was bad, it got decent, and then it went bad again. So Raw 2, an opportunity to change my mind on the franchise of Raw and possibly create this Raw version of games, SmackDown version of games, and play them parallel to each other and say, wow, this is going to be great gaming. And then I woke up. Raw 2 did not disappoint because it didn't even impress. Raw 2 sucks. SmackDown, here comes the pain. When I think of SmackDown, here comes the pain, it makes me feel like SmackDown, here comes the pain was by far, at this point, when it came out, when you played it, the greatest wrestling game ever. To this day, Here Comes the Pain is rated by players one of the best still. Story mode, creation mode, even though creation has gotten thousands of light years better. At the time, the creation was phenomenal. Story was phenomenal. The roster was heavy hitters left and right. SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, legendary. Day of Reckoning. I'm not sure there was anything I liked about Day of Reckoning. Day of Reckoning to me did not suck. It was just bad. It was just bad. I remember seeing the cover for this game. One eye of Vince McMahon blue, the other eye of Vince McMahon red, and both of my eyes on fire because I passionately wanted this game. As a series of games, like as a series of SmackDown versus Raw title, they kill the other two series. SmackDown hangs in there, but it's really the later SmackDowns. And 2K hangs in there, but it's hit or miss with some of the years. SmackDown versus Raw definitely, I can't talk. I SmackDown versus Raw is definitely a great game. I only remember playing Day of Reckoning 2 and asking myself, is this Day of Reckoning 1? And my friend saying, no, it's Day of Reckoning 2. Day of Reckoning 2 was bad. And I don't think it got better. I think it was just bad. SmackDown versus Raw 2006. Without a shadow of a doubt, this game was amazing. And I'm trying to tell you, the SmackDown versus Raws, they continue to get better. SmackDown versus Raw 2007 was it's tough. I want to say it's amazing, right? Drop it right in there. Boom, amazing. But I also feel like it was more so great than amazing. Actually, you know what? I do think it was amazing. I think it was a good follow-up. That 6 and 7, it kind of plateaued. Like, it was amazing. And then the next year you were like, yeah, still amazing. I feel like it was like that. SmackDown versus Raw 2008 was divided by a lot of people. And I remember being like, there's not enough ECW characters in it. Like, we had an entire roster of ECW at this time. They had their own brand and everything on Sci-Fi. But it wasn't bad either. Like, it's not amazing. It's not an amazing game. But it wasn't a great game. I think for the first time in this series, you get amazing, and for the first time you thought after this game, like after you played it for months and now you're kind of just waiting for the next one, you were like, this game isn't amazing. I wouldn't tell people it's great, but it's good. It's definitely good. Not amazing or great, but it's good. SmackDown versus Raw 2009 was where I thought maybe we were losing the series. They did this thing that they did in 2K20 where it was like themed. It was heavily themed by something. And so they went with a theme of tag teams. And they had like tag team finishers that you would work up to and perform these big tag team finishers. And it was always about the tag teams. Like 2K20 is heavily about the women. It's about the women's revolution. They've made a bunch of women models and you have all these different women attires. But in 2009, they were like heavy on tag teams. There were tons of tag teams. And all the great things in the features focused around tag team matches. Meaning, the rest of the games the rest of the modes were just there. The GM mode was kind of just there. 2009 was good. And that was all you could say. Legends of WrestleMania, it gave you all the golden era people, all the Andre, the Giants, the Roddy Pipers, Paul Orndorff, Mr. Perfect, you name a golden era superstar, yes, they had them. And we got it before 2010, and you were like, I hope this ain't what we getting for the year. And of course we didn't, but it was tough to kind of sit and wait for a new one, knowing you had this one. And it wasn't much of like, they weren't doing the showcases yet. So we weren't getting historical video packages and storylines and just reliving this stuff. It was kind of like having a regular WWE game built with just legends. And I kind of disconnected. So it wasn't, it definitely didn't suck, and it wasn't bad. It was better than decent. I think it was good. For how it honored and gave that nostalgia for the legends. It definitely did what it was supposed to, and it was good. SmackDown versus Raw 2010. I think that this game was so legendary in the SmackDown versus Raw series. Now, of course, as a whole, it doesn't, I guess you can't really say it was on certain levels like No Mercy and Here Comes the Pain. So just go back and play this with the story creator and all. Man, do you know? I said, do you know? What you say now, Chuck? SmackDown versus Raw 2011. SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 is the last of what I think was a well-developing game, right? I felt like at 2011, we were about to start ascending. And of course, it felt like that as the game started to go on, but we were blinded. We were blinded, people. We were blindsided. I know some people might not agree with that. But you just gotta be honest. It's about to get rough from here on out, people. Buckle up, because this is about to be a real bumpy ride. WWE All-Stars. I'm be honest. You don't tell me after an amazing game like 2011 that you're gonna give me a game with all my favorite wrestlers jacked up on Mountain Dew, given the art style color of Nickelodeon, and tell me I'm going to enjoy it. No, I am not. WWE All-Stars was a bad. It was a bad. I'm not a fan of it. It was so left field. The left field didn't even know it was about to get it. It was like, hold on, what is that? WWE All-Stars? No! WWE WrestleMania 21. Not even gonna hold you up. Never played it. Never will. In my eyes, this game sucks. WWE 12. Well, good to see you, old friend. Listen, WWE 12 did not suck. And it wasn't bad. It was just decent. WWE 13. Listen, outside of the fact that this was the hype around this game was ridiculous. WWE 13 has so much hype, and at the end of the day, I'm be honest, it's a good game. WWE 2K14. I remember loading this game up, watching the install and everything, finally turning it on. Well, we always got next year. Bad than a mug. WWE 2K15. It was struggling to find its place. You didn't know who thought it was. You were like, is it 2K? Is it THQ? Is it Ukes? Is it Ukes? It wasn't Ukes. I don't know what happened here. 2K15, I'm sorry. It was bad. Just bad. WWE 2K16, even with the classic Stone Cold cover, decent. This is what it was, decent. That's the best we could do. WWE 2K17, my goodness, the headache, the brain is swelling. You could feel like the game was being held back by certain things or certain people, and I feel like if I had to do it, I can't say that it was anything but good. It was good. WWE 2K18, I think, man, talk about bland cover. Seth Rollins, there you go. Look at him. Simple guy. Simple picture. Not even exciting. Don't really know what else to tell you. The gameplay, though. The game itself, we had some, it was impressive. My career mode, it was getting somewhere. We was developing something. I gotta give it its credit. Not a great game. Definitely better than decent. It was good. It was good. It's on the lighter side of bad, but not. WWE 2K19. I am still playing this game because 2K20, well, it sucks. 19 was a true breath of fresh air because you felt by the time you got to 19, we were getting somewhere. Like 19 made you so hopeful. You were like, yes, I don't know if they know what they doing, but 19 is this is where we need to be. Can we go forward from here? I played 19 with a great respect and nostalgia for this game. I don't know if we'll be able to get that vibe of 19 back. 19 feels like the OG that 11 was. I gotta have respect for 19. And it has a great man on AJ Styles on it. 19 to me is amazing. It is amazing. I gotta respect it. I have to respect. Throw some respect on that name. And as far as 20 goes, well, it is the trash that you ignore while driving. Alright, guys, so that is it for this edition of Rank That Thing. I don't know what we gonna call this. Listen though, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see me rank even more things, hit that like button like never before, and I will catch you on the flip side. Salute. Man, they didn't even deserve to put 20 on this list. I wouldn't even put it nowhere. It's just that bad.